So I want to share another creepy story with you guys. Let me think for a second for which creepy story I want to tell you guys. I'm not really feeling like the best today. So normally when I go into these videos, I try to reach like a flow state where I just feel good about what I'm talking about, but I don't feel that good. Um, if you're wondering what this is on my bed, this is a lion I cut out from a happy birthday bag. I need to straighten them out a little bit, but I cut them out for my daughters. I have two daughters, if you guys aren't aware. And I cut them out because I try to do videos for them. Since I don't believe in co-parenting, even though God recently just told me I should co-parent, and which I'm trying to actually do, but right now I haven't seen them. So since I want to be within their lives every day, I try to do videos for them. So I'm in their lives every day. Okay, so let me try to think of this video or this thing while I'm honestly not in the best state of mind. Honestly, I'm very tired, very fatigued. I'm not feeling the best. So cut back in a minute. Okay, so I think the story I'm going to tell to you today is one of an ex, a previous ex, not the mother of my kids, the girl before this one. And this relationship was perfect. This relationship was perfect because I think me and her were very in touch with God, even though we both didn't believe. And this is probably 8-9 years ago. And I think we both understood love, even though we both didn't believe in God. And that's because God is with everyone. So we were in touch with love in some sense, but we still didn't know who God was or what we should ultimately be doing, okay? So one day I'm at her house and I'm chilling. I got a taxi over and I'm chilling at her house and we're just in sync. Like both of us were on our phones and we're just sitting on her bed. We're not doing anything. She's on her phone, I'm on my phone, and we're just vibing. We're vibing from just being in each other's presence. And that's how much of a connection we both had. It was just such a healthy and great relationship. Me and her had a fantastic relationship. If you want to know why this relationship failed, it's because of me. I fell into lust and I was like, yo, I need to go get something. Mistakes were made. Okay. So yeah, lust is not good. But back to the story. So, around this time, before this event, during this event, we're both laying on the bed and we're on our phones. We're just chilling. We're just chilling and we're vibing at the same time. None of us are even worried about what the other person is talking about because that's how healthy me and each other were. We didn't have to worry. Our connection was so good. Our communication was so good. We didn't have to. It was no need to be negative to even question the other person. Okay. But before all this even happened, she had told me some things about herself. One of the things she told me was back in the day, she had a friend that tried to ritually sacrifice her. She told me about those sacrifices and all the witchcraft her friend would get involved into. At the time, I didn't think too much of it because I didn't believe any of that in that stuff. And I don't think she did either. I don't think she honestly did it as well, but she did tell me about these things. Then she also told me that sometimes at night, and this is that stuff was in the past. That was when she was a little kid. But this stuff is more recent. She told me that sometimes at night, her covers would randomly just get pulled off of her. Pulled off of her randomly at night for some reason. And she would just find her blankets just randomly on the floor. And I would sit there and think, that's creepy. But I'm not a believer. Nothing happened to me. I didn't see nothing. So it's irrelevant almost. It's just a story. I'll listen to her because I like her. I love her. I care about her. I do appreciate her. I respect her. But the reality is, I didn't see it. I didn't witness it. So cap. Right? Okay, so fast forward back to we're on the bed and we're just texting. We're chilling. Me and her are both chilling. I'm facing the opposite way. She's facing, I think she's looking towards me, but she's more so on her phone. She's like laying down. It's weird. I can't really describe how it was going. Okay. But we're looking in different ways. Now remember, the door is open. She has her door wide open. We're chilling because we're not worried about, we're not doing anything. Our relationship was really healthy. It wasn't even a lustful relationship, which is great. Like me and her, we were tight. We're so tight. We're still friends to this day. Very much so friends to this day, even though I did her dirty. We're still friends. And she's goated. She's goated. I can honestly tell you that. And so we're sitting on the bed. We're chilling. And then out of nowhere, I get this weird feeling like something's near us. Like something's coming. I get this weird feeling. So I look over my shoulder. Because like I said, I'm not looking towards her. She's closest to the door. I wish I could explain how this was. But she's the closest to the door. I'm facing away from the door. She's like behind me. Like, say I'm right here. I'm basically on the edge of the bed. I'm right on the edge of the bed, right? And she's behind me back there. And the door would be behind her. And I look back, right, and she's facing towards me on her phone. I look back and I look up at the door because I feel that presence. It's like this presence, right? This energy. I feel it. I look up at the door and there's this tall, dark shadow being. Like he I want to stand up and like show you. But he's so tall, right? That he has to crouch. You see this archway, this doorway right here. He has to basically crouch down to like he has to bend his head down, basically. He had to bend his head down to come in the doorway, right? And I remember as soon as I saw him come into the doorway, fear came completely over me. Nothing but complete utter fear came over me, right? And I looked at her, and I guess she felt the presence as well, because as soon as I looked at her, right? Because remember, she's behind me. So when I turn around, the door's right there, and she's like literally right there. As soon as I saw that being, or whatever it was, to me, it would look like a shadow. It looked like a tall, dark shadow. I looked at her, and as soon as I locked eyes with her, she had knew. You could tell from the way her face was, how she was looking at me, because she was already looking at me when I looked at her. When I immediately looked at her, she could tell I was terrified. I was literally terrified because I did not know, everything happened so fast. It happened so fast because I felt it. I turned around, bam, looked at her, and I was instantly terrified as soon as I saw the thing. Everything happened very quickly. So I never questioned. I questioned the experience, but I couldn't prove anything. So I never really dove into it. Right. But I looked at that thing and I was instantly terrified. I looked at her. You could see the fear on my face. She was instantly terrified because she could see the fear on my face. And I remember we got up and I'm the man. So I went out first. I was like, okay, we're going to have nothing but positive energy. I told her what I saw. I said, we're going to have nothing but positive energy. We're going to go out here. We're going to go see if someone's in the house. And this is how much of we're unbelievers we are. We thought it was a person. We thought it was a person. I can promise you, this thing was so tall. It was stupid tall. It had to bend down to walk into the room. It had to bend down. And it disappeared though. Once I saw it, it disappeared. I think from what I remember, I swear it was surprised to see me. I swear it was surprised to see me there. Remember, she had told me previously that the blankets would get rid of it. It was coming for her. It was always bothering her. It was always attacking her, right? From before I even got involved with her. But something different happened. I was there this time. There was something different that was there, and it did not like that I was there. It left. And I'll tell you about that later. But so I man up. I'm in front. She's behind me. Thank God. She's my girl. It's scary. I may be a man, but come on, bruh. I might need some support. So she's behind me, and we walk out, and I'll check the whole house. We turn on all the lights because we kept the house completely dark. She has to pay bills. She has to pay her electric bill. So the whole house was dark besides her bedroom. So we had to turn on all the lights as we look. And she had a son as well. So we checked her son's room. Her son wasn't there. Just me and her there. So we checked all the rooms. We checked everything. No one was there. Nothing has been changed. No one was there. Oh, yeah. And she did also tell me this. Sometimes she would come home and her drawers and stuff would be open. Some of her stuff would be moved around. She did share that with me as well. I forgot to say that because that just came to my mind. But the house was always creepy. I remember when I got there. It was always this stillness there. It was just the stillness. There was no life in the house is the best way to place it. There was it was just void of life. Even though there was a kid that lived there and then she had a roommate also that lived there. There was a voidness of life. Eventually she ended up moving from that place, and me and her ultimately, when we started dating, I don't think we were dating at the time. We were just kind of seeing each other. But when eventually we started dating, became boyfriend, girlfriend, we got an apartment together, and I can promise you, there was much life and there was nothing to fear there. But in that house, I saw that dark figure. I didn't see it anymore after that. I did not see it anymore after that. She didn't have, what's crazy, she never had any more experiences after that fact. That happened. I remember I asked God, recently what had happened. I asked him, what was that I saw? And he said it was a demon. And he said to me, basically that wherever I'm at, they will flee. Wherever I go, they will flee. And then he told me that eventually I'm going to study, I'm going to learn from the Catholics, and I'm going to combat demons. He told me that. So whatever's in me which I'm going to tell you guys about a dream I had, a crazy, wild dream that I had. I'm going to share that with you guys next. But whatever's in me, demons will flee. They will run. They won't stay where I'm at. They won't be there. Like, I sleep like a baby. I can promise you, I sleep like a baby. The only time I don't sleep like a baby is when Satan attacks me. Right? Satan can attack me. He will attack me. But that's the only time I don't sleep like. I sleep like a baby. I can watch as many scary movies as I want. I can do almost anything I want. I sleep like a baby. I sleep like ain't no problems in the world. I sleep good. I sleep good almost every night. Nothing to worry about. Literally. I think maybe when I was attacked, I can say it, maybe I was attacked when I was younger, but maybe not even then. There's so much I want to tell you, because there's even times where, dude, I want to share. I'm going to save some of these stories. But yeah, this is one of the creepy stories. Basically, I saw a tall being, very tall, shadow, dark figure being, tall enough, so tall that he had to duck his head. He had to duck under the doorway. And he stopped right under the doorway. Once he saw me. I saw him. He saw me. He saw that I saw him. And he was gone. He was gone after that. He did nothing. He didn't do anything. He left. He gone. He didn't want no parts. Or I guess of what I had inside me. I'm not gonna say me, because I'm not good. I'm not great. I can promise you. But whatever's inside me, he did not want any parts of it, and he left. And I felt like that. I remember when that experience happened, I told her, you got to have good energy, because that's how I always carried myself. I was very optimistic before these events in my life. Now at this present time, before my mother and my kids left, I was always a very optimistic person. I felt like nothing could ever touch me. And that's how I always felt. That's how I always carried myself. I'd walk the streets at night randomly at night. I would not even believe in God. I believed 110% nothing could touch me. Nothing could touch me. No one's going to hurt me. Nothing could stop me. I felt like I was Superman. So I remember that night, I told her, you got to have good energy. Just have positive energy. Because that's how I always carried myself. Like, I felt like because I was this way, nothing could touch me. God confirmed me that's not the truth. It's because God had anointed me or appointed me, or he was just protecting me. God was with me for many years, even though I wasn't a believer. God had already made plans for my life to the point where he was protecting me. So there was nothing that was going to stop me. Literally, ultimately nothing was going to stop me, because God had already made a way for me. There was already plans in motion for my life. Like, God had set things up. Like, I was created for a reason, is the best way to put it. And I will touch more on that in another story. Another very interesting story God told me about. And it happened in my life when I was in high school. But yeah, this is one of those dreams where there was a demon, and he was not after me. He was after someone else. He was after someone that was very close and very good, a very kind, a very sweet lady, a very good lady. She does have her hiccups. But for the most part, she is very good and very kind, and I think that's the reason why he was after her, because she was good. She had very good qualities, very loving woman. So it made sense that why it was after her and it was trying to torment her, especially since she did not have the best life. I can promise you that. But yeah, that's my creepy story. Sorry for rambling on and on and on and on. I can't wait to share more with you guys. But I really appreciate you guys listening and tapping in with me. I hope you guys have a good day, and God bless. Until next time, guys. Peace.